All right, here we go, guys. This is the Harlem Skyscraper. We often call this the Harlem Skin Scraper because people are crashing all over the place. It's crazy. Love this race. Done it a bunch of times back when I lived in New York City. The Skin Scraper. This is a Masters field. I don't normally post the Masters fields. We have the 40 plus field over here today. This is a square park. You're going to go around it 4 times. We're starting the warm up here. So we're going to do 2 laps at each level. 2 laps easy, 2 laps moderate, 2 laps hard. All right. So today's a little bit unstructured, so go nice and easy. We're not going to have so many prompts on the board. We're just going to play it. All right, so we should be going nice and easy. This is a 4-corner crit in Harlem, New York, where I lived for about 10 years. A lot of people hate on the Masters races. Maybe it's not as exciting, or they think it's going to be slow, but there are some 40 plus or 35 plus races that are really fast. And a lot of these Masters racers also compete in the elite field. So some people are double dipping here. All right, keep it nice and easy, nice and relaxed. We got some familiar faces, familiar kits in this peloton today. All right, here we go, guys. This is the Harlem Skyscraper. We often call this the Harlem Skyscraper because people are crashing all over the place. It's crazy. Love this race. Done it a bunch of times back when I lived in New York City. The Skyscraper. This is a Masters field. I don't normally post the Masters field. We have the 40 plus field over here today. This is a square park. You're going to go around it 4 times. We're starting the warm up here. So we're going to do 2 laps at each level. 2 laps easy, 2 laps moderate, 2 laps hard. All right. So today's a little bit unstructured, so go nice and easy. We're not going to have so many prompts on the board. We're just going to play it. All right, so we should be going nice and easy. This is a 4-corner crit in Harlem, New York, where I lived for about 10 years. A lot of people hate on the Masters races. Maybe it's not as exciting, or they think it's going to be slow, but there are some 40 plus or 35 plus races that are really fast. And a lot of these Masters racers also compete in the elite field. So some people are double dipping here. All right, keep it nice and easy, nice and relaxed. We got some familiar faces, familiar kits in this peloton today. Right ahead of us, we have the HH team, happy and healthy, I think. Here we go. That's 1 lap. We're going to do 1 more lap nice and easy. These laps are about 90 seconds each on average. We'll just call them 90 seconds each. HH does a good job of sponsoring some juniors and really helping them out at the track. At the Velodrome, which is in Queens, which is a whole nother part of New York. So this is going to be nice and easy, any RPM you want. The second, or the third and fourth laps rather, are going to be tempo. Let's just call it moderate tempo. Breathing a little deeper, maybe it burns a little bit, but we're going to go tempo for 2 laps that follow this one. This is a 2019 race. Thought I was going to have more to say about that. This is a 2019 race. You know, it's kind of looks like the course is pretty good. There have been years where there are cars still parked on the road that haven't been towed. So this course is, who even knows what's going to happen on this course. This turn right here takes you to like some part of the road that's not, it's not paved quite the same, or it's painted, so there's always some loose gravel on that corner. I think there might be a fixie addition to this race now, where people do it fixie, maybe on another day or another category the same day. I mean, this thing can get gnarly because it's fast. It's 4 corners. They're all 90 degrees, and people are cutting them real close sometimes. It's not a super tight road, but it's definitely not wide. And some of these roads are narrower than others, which means you're going to compress. And that really makes some problems for people. Good, so we should be picking it up. It should be about tempo now. A little bit, breathing a little bit deeper, a little bit of burn. I'm really trusting myself not to use the pre-recorded timers, which I rely on a lot to keep myself on track. So fingers crossed we got this going. All right, so this should feel like tempo, which is a good base effort for this, for most races. We're going to do that for 2 laps. So when we finish this lap, we'll have 1 more lap of tempo. I'm watching this one with you guys today, as opposed to me having super analyzed this ahead of time. So we're going to be living this race together. All right, we're going to do 1 more lap tempo. I'm pretty sure this is your 2nd lap tempo. If I messed it up, just go with it today. It is what it is. All right, we're going to finish up this lap of tempo. Then we're going to do 2 laps spicy. So let's call that threshold. Let's call it 95 to 105% FTP. Call it whatever you want. Make it spicy. Today should be based off of feel. And I like to do these once every 4 to 6 weeks, where it's just based off of feel and it's just a little unstructured, because structure is great and it's how we can measure our progress and we can really get progressive overload. But when we go based on feel, it brings us back to that fun part of cycling where we just like to work hard, we like to sweat, we like to burn, and then we're done. So I'm not positive, but I think we're going to get a cameo in this race from James Joseph, who is, if you don't know who James Joseph is, Google him after this. Multi-time Olympian. I don't want to say how old I think he is. Here we go, guys. Let's make it spicy. Let's go to threshold. I don't want to pick an age for him in case I'm wrong, but he's over 50. I don't know if he's 55 plus. I don't know if he's 60 plus. James Joseph is a legend, and he's going to hang in this race. You'll see him in this race. Super strong guy. Always coming home with hardware, with medals from Masters Worlds on the track. Great guy. Super nice too. He's been around forever. So we should be threshold, spicy, burns a little bit. If it doesn't burn, crank it up. All right, this should be our finish line up here. We're going to do 1 more lap, threshold pace. That should take us to about 3 minutes. Our entire video today is about 51, 52 minutes. So we're going to do our warm-up. We'll take a little bit of a break. We're not going to get as much break as usual because we're not going to sprint in our warm-up. We're just going to do our basic warm-up. You have 1 more lap here at threshold. Just the basic, 3 minutes, easy, moderate, hard. And then we bang on from there. We're going to make this one quick and dirty. I point it out every time, but I love the new Veselka kit. I just think it looks super good with the really fat chevron. All right, guys, as you're finishing up this lap, let's pull up the, boom, there we go, bottom right-hand corner, total, or the true random number generator, numbers 1 through 4. I'm going to hit generate. It's going to bring us up a number. If it's number 1, we go easy for a lap. If it's number 2, we go tempo for a lap. If it's number 3, we go hard for a lap. We're talking like, you know, spicy or more. So whatever you're doing now or more. If it gets number 4, we're going to sprint every corner on the corner for a lap. So 4 sprints. That's it. Every lap I'm going to hit that button. And you get 1 lap to relax. So 90 seconds to relax. And then we're going to get started. Every lap I'm going to hit that button. It's going to bring up a number on the screen. And we're going to do what that number says. That's it. Oh, geez. I just felt myself pull the brakes there for a second. All right, let me hit the generator now. Let's see. So we're starting with a 2, easy tempo. So we're going to do tempo. Tempo should be, it was our second level of the warm-up. It should be sweaty. It should be 70 to 80% FTP. Mouth open breathing. Maybe it burns a little bit, maybe it doesn't. Get ready for tempo. We're going to start that as we cross the finish line. New York has a lot of character, a lot of cities, a lot of big cities have character, but New York has a lot of character. But one thing I will never miss is the rats the size of raccoons, and also digging your car out of the snow. That is, you know, Southern California is not a snowy place. Here we go, guys. Ramp it up. We're going tempo for a lap, so about 90 seconds tempo. You'll know when you see James Joseph. I'm almost positive he's in this race. If he's not, then I guess I just made that up. But I'm pretty sure you'll see him come by in a Guyana kit. Can't miss him. If you ever see someone leaner, faster, and more muscular than you, chances are it's James Joseph. Leaner, faster, muscular, and older. Just to make you feel great about yourself. He gave me some advice once at the track. Oh, let me hit my number generator. We're going tempo right now, guys. Next up is, sprint every corner. So coming out of every corner, we're going to sprint for 4 seconds. And then you can coast till the next corner. He gave me some advice at the track once. He said, hey, come over here. So on that last race, you sprinted too soon. Also, you just didn't want it bad enough. And I was like, I thought I wanted to win, but I guess just try harder, you know, just be better. All right, guys, here we go. Tempo, you can kind of coast for a second, get ready to sprint any gear you want. We're going to sprint standing up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sprint out of this corner. Sprint, sprint, sprint. 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can bring it down, take a breath. So that was a 4-second sprint. Let's do a 5-second sprint, and then 6, and then a 7. So each corner gets a little bit longer. We're going to do a 5-second sprint. Coming out of this corner, get ready to stand up in 3, 2, 1. All out. Here we go. Sprint, sprint, sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back down. We're going to do a 6 and a 7. Let's just randomly generate now so that we are ahead of this. All right, get ready to do... you're going to do another lap of sprints. All right, here we go. Get ready to do this sprint. And sprint, sprint, sprint for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Your last sprint will be 7 seconds. And then we're going to start over again, 4, 5, 6, 7, because it generated a 4 again. Get ready. 7-second sprint in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sprint, sprint, sprint. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it down. Rest. One of the, the longest part of this race is the home straight and the back straight. So you get a little bit extra rest. We're going to start with a 4-second sprint here. Get ready. 4-second sprint coming out of this corner in 3, 2, 1, and sprint. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit back down, take a breath. These are going to be all standing today for these sprints. All right, get ready. We're going to make this turn. 5 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sprint for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back down. Take a breath. Let's do a quick generation. 3. So we're doing threshold after this. Man, this is going to be a hard little block. And that's what I like about the random number is it's not based off of what I would do. Sometimes you just got to do what the race gives you. Here we go. And sprint for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath. All right. So last corner, we're going to do 7 seconds. Take a breath. And then when you hit the finish line, we're going to go threshold or spicy. So it's at least 95 RPM. I'm 95% FTP. Sprint in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. So we're going to do at least 95% FTP, if not higher, for 90 seconds. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. I would err on the side of lower, so go for 95% FTP or just threshold, because what we generated was another 4. So we're doing another sprinting lap after this. Don't let that scare you, so don't hold back now. Go spicy. I was on a ride today I was actually on a ride yesterday with a team that went up a bunch of climbing, super hard. There's like skinny guys with big power that are just like dropping the hammer, and I 100% thought I was going to get dropped. Sometimes, however, you just have to push through because everyone's tired, everyone's legs are burning, just like in a race. Sometimes you have to sprint, sometimes you have to suffer. Everyone's suffering. And if you hang on for just 5 more minutes, 5 more seconds, you might make it to the point where everyone slows down. But if you give up on yourself, you're going to stop and everyone else is going to ride away from you. So always try and make it a little bit further than you think you can go, knowing that there is an end in sight. If you feel bad, chances are everyone else also feels bad. Sometimes that doesn't work out. Sometimes you give it everything you got and you just fall apart. That's fine. It's better than giving up on yourself and finishing the race with energy left over. All right, guys, we're going to do our sprint lap. So you can stop doing threshold. You can stop going spicy in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop going spicy. We're going to do a 4-second sprint in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. Sprint, 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 sprint. 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. Oh, I forgot. Veselka is sponsored by Grumpy Coffee, or Cafe Grumpy. That's a coffee bean with a grumpy face. Again, I love coffee. I'm not really a connoisseur. I can't taste the difference between good coffee and bad coffee, but great shop. Here we go. 5-second sprint. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Coast it out. Let's generate what we got going on next. Ooh, you guys get a recovery lap coming up next. So nice and easy. This is going to be a 6-second sprint. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. That was your 6-second sprint, and this will be your 7-second sprint. 3, 2, 1. Let's sprint for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. I counted a little bit slow on that one because we're getting an easy rest. We're getting an easy lap on the next one. All right, so take it easy. We're about 20 minutes into this video. We have about 30 minutes to go. Easy lap. Let's see what we have after this easy lap. Another easy lap. I guess I can't be too upset because you did have 2 sprint laps, a hard lap, and then a sprint lap. So you guys kind of earned this one. All right, this is an easy lap followed by another easy lap. Let's change up our music a little bit here. All right, hopefully I didn't miss a lap while I was changing that music out. This should be the end of your first easy lap. Again, if I give you an extra easy lap by accident, you're welcome. That's my gift to you. That's my holiday gift. Although I have a 6th sense for suffering, and I feel like I can tell when we're not going hard enough. So this should be the end of this first easy lap. We're going to do another easy lap starting now. Another easy lap. About 90 more seconds on the clock. Oof. Man, I generated another 1. If that happens a 4th time in a row, we're going on. We're moving on. But you will get a 3rd easy lap. Easy could be anything up to about 55% FTP. If you're feeling good, you can go all the way up to just below 70. So I would say 60, 65, kind of a higher endurance range, percent FTP. Just do it based off of feel. I wouldn't stare at my power meter too much. All right, I'm ready for you guys to go hard. All right, this should be our home straight turn. There we go. When you finish this, you'll have another easy lap. I'm happy for you guys. I guess that's a taste of my own medicine. That's what I get for using a random number generator. It could make it really hard for you guys, but it can also make it really easy. One more lap. We're 23 minutes in. Okay, yeah, it gave me a 1 again. We're not doing a 1 again. 3 times in a row is enough. We'll skip that. 3 times of anything in a row is enough. So if it's anything 3 times in a row, we're moving on. We're at a 2. So once you finish this lap up, we're going to go to a 2. 2 is tempo. So we're going to go 70 to 80% FTP. You know, maybe a little bit of burn in the legs, breathing deeply, feeling sweaty. All the good stuff. We got a Mineola bike kit. Honestly, I couldn't tell you who that is, but Mineola is from, oh geez, out in Long Island, I believe. Staten Island, Long Island. Very good friend of mine was on the Mineola team for a long time. Maybe still is for, you know, road bike stuff, but rode with Mineola, and a friend of mine from the velodrome. Mr. Jim Lyman, really generous with his time, dedicating his time to helping the velodrome secure upkeep costs or grants, or honestly, I don't know enough about money to tell you what he does, but he's a smart guy and he shares his brains with cycling. All right, guys, we're going to go tempo up here. 3, 2, 1, tempo. All right, 70 to 80% FTP. This should feel moderate, but the harder side of moderate. Typically, when we think moderate, it's probably really easy. We're going moderate with a little bit extra, right? Moderate with an edge. Tempo. Let's see what we have coming up next. So you have tempo this lap. Another lap of tempo. I'm kind of wish that, I guess random is random, but I wish it was random and every time I hit it, it was different, honestly. But that's okay. You get what you get. We're going to do another lap of tempo when we finish. One of the things that's tricky about a course like this is all the sides are, even though some sides are a little bit longer than others, they're all relatively short. So for you to move up in a really long race like this with a really long peloton, it's hard to move up. You're going to really have to sprint to get to the front of this strung out peloton when it's strung out. And then you're going through that turn 100 miles an hour, which is why it's called the Skyscraper. All right, that was our finish line. We have another lap of tempo, followed by a sprint lap. Love the sprint lap. So we're going to finish this up tempo. It should be 70-80% FTP. Then we're going to do a lap where we sprint every corner. We have some Dave Jordan over here on the left. Dave Jordan is a huge club that puts on a race in Central Park every year with a bunch of money up for grabs. Thousands of dollars that's split between the men's, the women's, the different categories fields, a bunch of preems. I actually got disqualified from one of those races. Let's finish this out and then do our sprint lap. Yeah, we got this straight. I got disqualified because it's a park, so there are rules like don't cross the shoulder. And I got pushed out into the shoulder, or maybe I went on the shoulder, who knows. Got disqualified, but I still got to keep my preems. I walked away with like $300 of preems. All right, guys, get ready to sprint coming out of this corner. 3, 2, 1, sprint for 4. 3, 2, 1, take a breath. All right. Our next lap's just going to be a hard threshold lap. We're going to do a 5-second sprint coming out of this next one in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sprint for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. All right, guys, this is a 6-second sprint. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sprint for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. I also have on random music. I did not pick a playlist. I didn't do each song individually. So today is as unstructured as it gets, which is kind of exciting. You never know what's going to happen. All right, guys, 7-second sprint. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Stand up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a breath. All right, guys, let's start that spicy lap. So let's ramp it up to threshold pace, 95% or more FTP. Your next lap is also going to be a number 3, which is threshold or spicy. So we're going to keep it here for a second lap. So I wouldn't go over 105% FTP because you're going to be here for about 3 or 4 minutes. We're 30 minutes in. We have 20 to go. Time flies when you're going in circles. Oh, I saw a Guyana sleeve right beside us. This is, if I'm not mistaken, James Joseph. Oh, there we go. I knew it. Well, you can never tell until you see someone's face, but who else would that be? Hard to say. There's not a lot of Masters Guyana racers here in New York. Good, and just the ease with which he picks up positioning, right? He just went up 4 or 5 bikes, but really didn't work that hard. This is not an easy field or an easy course to pick up spots. So easing your way, keep going. This is spicy threshold. The ease with which you can work your way up a long strung out field is super important. Do yourself a favor and Wikipedia or Google James Joseph. Take a look at his palmares, his pedigree. Pedigree? I don't know why I said that. Palmares, another animal term, of course, right? All, you know, isn't that horse racing, palmares? But, you know, take a look at his racing career. All right, guys, this should be spicy. If it's not spicy, something went wrong. Our next lap is going to be thresholds. We're just going to take a little step backwards on the next lap. I thought palmares was French for something to do with horse racing results. Could be wrong, but I know that that's where being on form comes from. That is a term from horse racing or horse betting. So sometimes I pretend like I know things, but I guarantee you I'm not going to fact check them. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it live online where it can live forever. Because that's how I roll. All right, guys, we're going to go a lap of tempo, 70 to 80% FTP. So I have just a little shameless plug here. I have a video coming out about the aero differences between straight arms and bent arms while you're in the drops. With my aero sensor, we're going to look at that. That should be published on Wednesday. But that leads me to this question. Do you set up your bike so that you can ride primarily in the drops or primarily on the tops? I know people that do both. They set up their hoods really low so it feels like drops. And they almost never go in the drops. And I know people that raise the bars up a little bit so that they're comfortably in the drops more often. What do you guys do? You can pop that in the comments. You can let me know. You can text me. You can telepathically send me that signal. All right, this next left turn should be the home straight, I think. I got distracted thinking about myself. As per usual. Oof, man, the sound of squealing brakes going into turns, never a good sound. All right. So our next lap is going to be a sprint lap. We're going to sprint every corner on the corner. 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds. All right, you can coast a little bit. Get ready to sprint in 5, 4, standing up, 2, 1. Here we go. Sprint for 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. All right, 1 down. We got 3 more sprints to go. Let's just take a look at what we got coming up next. Number is 2. So we're going to do tempo after this. All right, get ready to sprint in 3, 2, 1. Stand up, sprint for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We're going to do a tempo lap after this. A little friendly push between teammates. And stand up and sprint for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. Who's coming up the side? But James Joseph sneaking in. And stand up and sprint for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Take a breath. Your next lap will be tempo. Tempo lap coming up next. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's find some tempo. Good. I'm just going to switch up the playlist just to do it. Let's see what we got. We should be tempo 70 to 80% FTP. Let's go funk. Why not? Throw some funk music on. Ooh, we got a sprint lap coming up next. All right, is this our home straight? It is not. All right, guys, we're 37 minutes in. We have just about 13 minutes left of this race. All right, this is our home straight. When we hit that finish line, you can coast for a second. We're going to do 4 sprints, 1 on each corner. All standing, except for when you're not sprinting. You can sit down and coast. All right, get ready. Here we go. We're going to sprint for 4 seconds in 3, in 2, in 1. Stand up and sprint for 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a breath. 1 sprint down, 3 to go. And stand up and sprint in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. We have a 6-second sprint coming up next. Let's generate a number. Stand up and sprint in 3, in 2, in 1, and sprint. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. Your next sprint will be 7 seconds. You're going to coast to the finish line. Then we're going to do a tempo lap. And stand up and sprint in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a breath. Chop it down. Get ready for a tempo lap. And here we go. Tempo lap. 1 lap, 70 to 80% FTP. Tempo. Let's just generate a number now. See what we got. A 1. You get a recovery lap coming up. So if you're feeling good, make this a little bit on the high side of tempo. You can go 85% FTP if you want. I'm not positive because I don't ride like this, but I think you can set at least your Wahoo Bolt. I'm sure you can set your Garmin to show you percentage, not just power number, but show you percent, because a lot of workouts will do based off of percent. So if you put it in your FTP, let's just say it's 250, made that number up. Your FTP is 250, you can put in your percentage so that when you hit 250, it'll say 100% instead of the actual number. So when I prescribe percents, you could just pedal based on the percent. So, oh, this is your tempo lap. I got lost for a second. You're doing a tempo lap right now. When we finish this lap, we're going to hit an easy lap. So in about a street and a half. All right. When we hit that finish line, you're going to get an easy lap. Easy lap starting in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there you go. One easy lap. I'm not feeling like this funk genre is really doing it for us for working out. Let's go to beats. Let's go to angry beats. There we go. Yeah. All right, guys. Angry beats. Boom. So 3, that's spicy coming up. So we're going to do a spicy lap. We're at 42 minutes out of 51. And I think 51 minutes is even after we finish. The video is just 51 minutes. So yeah, under 10 minutes. All right, that's our finish line, guys. When we cross that finish line, we're going up to spicy threshold, 95 to 105% FTP. You can go harder if you want, but just know that you might not have an easy lap afterwards. Who knows? So 95 to 105% FTP in 3, 2, 1. Cross that line. Here we go. Spicy. Ooh, we again drew a second spicy in a row. I feel like this website knows what I'm doing and is trying to punish you. The question is, what did you do to deserve that? What does this website know that I don't? Ooh. Here we go. This is always hairy, is when it starts bunching up before a turn here. All right. So this should be spicy. This should be threshold. This should be like the highest level of our warm-up. These races can be so strung out that literally the peloton can go from one corner all the way to the other. So when you're making a corner, the front of that race is already turning on the next road. Makes it so hard to pass here. Or so hard to work your way up. All right. When you finish this lap, you have a second lap threshold. Second lap spicy. Here we go. Another lap spicy. Keep it going. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. and a 1. It gave you a 1 afterwards, so you have an easy lap after this. Don't be afraid to ramp it up a little bit. Actually, let's make it not really your choice. Let's ramp it up a little bit. So spicy 95% FTP. You have 3 corners left, or 3 streets left, which I guess is 3 corners, 2 corners. Anyway, start ramping it up, going a little harder. We should be up around 100% FTP right now. Ramp it up. All right, we should be approaching 105% FTP. This probably feels like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Like, really go for it. 105. Pedal, 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 pedal. As you turn onto the home straight, maybe you lift it up a little bit more spice. Come on, burn it up. Let's go. All the way. Come on. And you get an easy lap. Just coast. And that easy lap is followed by a second easy lap. 2 easy laps in a row. Saw a methods to winning kit here, which is dedicated SoCal team. So 2019 I think actually was the year that Legion came out to this race for the elite race. So there might have been a SoCal contingent out here. Anyway, that was an easy lap, or easy lap followed by a second easy lap. So we're on an easy lap right now. "47 minutes in. Squeal of brakes, baby. Brakes are for stopping, not for riding. The amount of times you hit your brakes in a crit should be so minimal. It does depend who you're riding with. If someone in front of you is acting a fool, you got to pull your brakes, but try and position yourself in a place where you don't need to pull those. All right, guys, you get one more easy lap starting now. Easy lap. Followed by a spicy lap. This very well could be the last lap of the race. I'm not positive. That's one of the exciting things about watching this with you guys is I didn't watch it ahead of time. So I don't know. We're kind of up at the pointy end, which would be good for our rider here, but kind of not really. Anyway, this is an easy lap for you, so just enjoy it. Your next lap is going to be threshold. And I think it'll be your last lap, if not your second to last lap. Man, just the way we're all setting up here, it feels pretty close to the end. Oof. Everyone's getting twitchy. And we're getting some big sprints here. I have a feeling this might be the end, unless we're setting up for the last lap. What do we think? Oh, I think that's it, guys. All right, so you did pull a threshold lap on the last lap. Let's do it. The race is over, but do one more lap. So let's get up to threshold for your last lap, just so we don't finish on an easy lap. Get up to threshold. We're going to hold it for one lap, which will be a little bit longer because he's coasting. Yeah, let's go threshold. Hate me later. Here we go, guys. Threshold, threshold, threshold. Plan on it taking, I don't know, 3 minutes? Oh, he's going so slow. I take it back. 1 more minute from now and we'll cut it off. He's never going to get to the end. So let's go threshold for the next 1 minute, and then we're going to cool down. All right, 45 seconds left, guys. Nice and threshold. And just start ramping it up a little bit so you finish with a little bit of extra. We finish with not too much extra gas in the tank. 30 seconds left. $20 seconds left. Keep going all the way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. All right, guys. Cool down. I'm going to let you cool down on your own today. I'm going to hit the end of the video to sign us off. Really good work. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. Like and subscribe because we got some cool aero stuff coming, as well as some other videos that'll be coming out. So like and subscribe to that. I think we're going to do a Sprint Academy is one of the things that are coming out. Just ways to teach you how to sprint, when to sprint, how to work on torque, you know, reciprocal inhibition, all that kind of good stuff. So like and subscribe, stay tuned. I'll see you guys next week. Till next time.